Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing?
Berlin had become the focus of world attention in 1936, when the Summer Olympics were held in Hitler's Germany. This was to be Hitler's greatest propaganda triumph. Not only would he show off his nation to the world, but he'd prove on the athletic field the superiority of his Aryan race was on display. But his ideas of racial superiority were about to be repudiated by the performance of African-American athlete Jesse Owens. Owens, a track star from Ohio State University, had electrified college sports earlier in the year with his stunning performances. Hitler's claim of Aryan superiority was invalidated not only by Owens, but by the 13 medals won by African-American men on the track and field of the 1936 Olympiad. And Jesse Owens, the grandson of a slave, would go down in history not only for his incredible athletic achievement, but for his repudiation of Hitler's racial ideas.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. Yeah. I'm sitting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only going to talk to you just for a minute or so this evening because I have some very sad news for all of you. Could you lower those signs, please? I have some very sad news for all of you, and I think sad news for all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. And that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee.
So, my thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there. Thank you very much.
Mexico City, thankfully a city of peace on the Olympic opening day. Some 8,000 athletes and officials packed to the center of the arena to hear the President of Mexico's opening address and watch as the Olympic flag was escorted to the place where it would fly during the game. It was an impressive ceremony, but one of apprehension, for the threat of a civil disturbance was present. As the flag was slowly raised above the heads of the crowd, hopes for a peaceful ceremony began to run high. The excitement of the occasion was electric.
This is the hottest 200-meter field ever assembled at the Olympic Games. Second attempt now to get them away. Peter Norman did get a good start, I thought. Smith is doing well. His leg seems to be standing up okay. Look at Carlos go in the centre of the field, and Questad is not beaten by any means. Peter Norman running beautifully, and he's got them heading into the 100 metres. Peter Norman is flying on the outside. Here comes Eigen Herr of West Germany. He's a threat. So too is the Trinidadian Roberts. In the centre of the field is Tommy Smith running through. President Peter Norman runs a place. Smith pulled muscle and all. Couldn't have pulled it that badly. He beat John.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, land of the free, and the home of the brave.
That skunk we got you for the manager. He brought you along too fast.
It wasn't him, Charlie. It was you. You remember that night in the garden? You came down my dressing room and said, "Kid, this ain't your night. We're going for the price on Wilson." You remember that? This ain't your night. My night. I could have taken Wilson apart. So what happens? He gets the title shot outdoors in a ballpark, and what do I get? A one-way ticket to Palookaville. You was my brother, Charlie. You should have looked out for me a little bit. You should have taken care of me just a little bit so I wouldn't have to take them dives for the short-end money.
Well, I had some bets down for you. You saw some money.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it. It was you, Charlie.
Some have done it before me, but they were not famous cases. And black people really don't have nothing to fight for. We go to Vietnam, we come back, I saw a brother coming through the airport with no arms and one leg cut off. Couldn't find nobody to push him to a taxi cab. And come back home and we fight for our own freedom, we get our heads beat up. And I just don't think I should go 10,000 miles from here and shoot some black people that never called me a nigger, never lynched me, never put dogs on me, never raped my mama, enslaved me and deprived me of freedom, justice, equality, and he's black too. I just can't shoot him. And then I come back home and I read while I'm in the foxhole in Vietnam, I read about white folks shooting up Negroes and killing them with the same weapons that they use in a war on the streets of America. And with this in mind, and plus my religious beliefs too, which is the legal reason I'm not going, I just can't go there and shoot them.
I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the idea of a democratic and free society in which all persons will live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an idea for which I hope to live for
and to achieve. But if needs be, It is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.